Coach. How's it, JC? Coach, I'm all right, thank you. I guess we were all very disappointed with the loss last week. Very frustrating game to watch, and I'm sure as a coach even more so. Just take us through the frustrations and how you guys are going to fix you had 60% territory, 60% possession, and yet you just could not score a try or get over the line. How do you fix that? Tell us a bit about the frustration. JC, you can hop in there as well from a player's perspective of controlling a game so well, but just not being able to get the winning points.
Yeah, I'm sorry that we also frustrated you guys, but from our side, it was frustrating. If you look at those stats, like you guys said, you would think the team dominated. I think they were smart on the evening. They got 10 balls that they kicked, they got him back. So we were slow to react towards the kicking game and to make sure we secure those balls. We were slow to react to the attacking or to fix our attacking breakdown up early in the game, where they actually made it really slow and made it ugly for us. We didn't control that better certain times of the game. So, like you said, it was a little bit of it was a really frustrating game. Unfortunate result for us. And even though we really didn't play like we wanted to and didn't do what we wanted to, we still had opportunity to win it at the end. And unfortunately couldn't get it over the line or on the line. So there's lots for us to fix this week. But yeah, I'm sure the guys will respond really well after this weekend's disappointment. Did they will explain us, James?
Yeah, I think from a player's perspective, like you can't let your emotions get hold of you during the game. Yeah, I think we let ourselves down every time we entered the 22-meter. We made errors and they just capitalized from that. But one thing I can say, we thought right till the very end. I think especially playing overseas, the points you get, you have to take. I think we let ourselves down there in that aspect. But yeah, we're in a good space. Training's been going very well.
I guess to follow on that, Coach, it seemed like you guys had a game plan that you went into the match. And then when Cardiff started testing that game plan, you guys had difficulties in adapting quick enough to them. How then do you ensure that against Glasgow, when they start testing your game plan, that you guys are trying to enforce onto them, that you are able to adapt quicker and make sure that you can move on to maybe a plan B or a plan C instead of plugging away at a plan that they've already worked out in the second half?
Yeah, I think what I can say is for us the learning when you're playing with the wind or against the wind, whether you're playing in dry conditions or you're playing in wetter conditions. Almost, I think we did expect them to play the way that they were going to play. I just think, it was for us in the moment. We were playing actually with the wind. They were kicking against the wind, and the kicks ended up being shorter than we thought. And then we don't catch the ball out of the end. It's almost like a confusing space between the front guys and the back guys. So it just, we didn't adapt early enough. So for us, like you rightfully said, if we want to play well against Glasgow this weekend and they do come up with the different strategies or the weather changes, the ability for us to adapt earlier and adapt better, that is something that is a must for us.
And then just lastly from me, and perhaps JC can also jump in. There are matches that you guys can always go back to in previous seasons and say that was the match that if we had won, we could have gotten further in the competition. Was the game against Cardiff, does the squad feel that was perhaps the game that could have made the top 8 a more better certainty, and now you guys really got your backs up against the wall again, and you're going to be fighting for every victory in every game that you play?
Yeah, like I feel, especially in this competition, if you stumble along the road or so, lose a game, you can't go back onto that game because you always lose sight of your next job. So we're in a position where I won't say our backs against the wall, but I know we can fight out of this, and we definitely deserve to be in the top 8.
Thanks.
So if I can jump in there, I think for us, there's been a couple of games like that this year already, and like JC rightfully says now, obviously that is past now. What we have ahead is 5 games in this competition left in the round robin, and we have to give ourselves a great opportunity. 1 away game against Glasgow, and then the 4 home games. So that's going to be important for us to be focused on that, and not like the frustration now is behind us regarding this game and all the other games that we felt we let ourselves down. And now it's to focus on the next 5 games in this round robin for this competition.
Thanks, Coach. Thanks, Jason.
Thanks, Morgan. Vardier, I think I saw Ross's hand up a little bit earlier. I'm sorry if there was someone ahead of Ross, but let's go with Ross along. I'm not
Sure.
quite sure.
How's it,
Let me
guys?
see where hands are on here. Okay, awesome. Thanks, Ross.
JC, I'll come to you next. Let's go coach first. Obviously, you guys
You must give him the
wouldn't.
hard questions, eh?
You got a bit of a one coming up. Obviously, you guys will want to say that you don't really look at the log, but obviously that's become a big thing now going into the last 5 games. And, you know, if you don't manage to win against Glasgow, and if other results this weekend sort of don't go for you, if teams like Edinburgh, Benetton get wins, you know, however the Stormers Ulster game goes, one of them will be moving further ahead. If Ospreys can get an away win over Scarlets, you know, that pushes everyone further ahead. So has there been a chat in the team, you know, in the build-up about that, you know, getting a loss could see you guys pushed further away and make that 4-game home run so much more difficult?
Yeah, I think it was a great chat we had, not in this week, but the week before, before this last 6 games. It was to say that the log is really congested. I think the first 3 or 4 spots are a little bit ahead of the rest, and the rest, like you saw this weekend, there was a lot of swings. In just 1 or 2 points makes a massive difference on the log. So that was a chat, that has been a chat, but like we said, after that chat is like now we can't speak about the log every week. Now it's focusing on Glasgow for this week. Did we worsen our chances after loss against Cardiff? Yes, unfortunately we did. But focusing on that will not work for us for this weekend coming, and also not for the EPCR games ahead, and also not for the home URC games ahead. So, yeah, we do realize the position we're in, if that is your question. And we know what we need to do if we want to get the results or end up in the position that we wanted to. And that's our focus for now.
And Coach, Glasgow have been in very good form this season, you know, second on the log. I think they've only lost 4 games. But one of them came a couple of weeks ago at home against Ospreys. Obviously, they'll be most likely a very changed team with their Scottish internationals back. But have you sort of had a look in at that game, seen what Ospreys did well, and is there anything you can take out of that to sort of give you guys a boost?
Yeah, there's a lot of work that goes into a game like this, or like every game. But yeah, definitely look where we can see weaknesses in the game, and obviously look at most of the games. So we want to look at games where they lost. You want to look at games where they won, where they played at home, where they played away. So you get a feeling, and we don't know what team they're going to select. We almost have a feeling that they will bring back a lot of Scottish guys, but so we'll have a look and see what they select. But we have a good idea of what they're going to bring this weekend. Like you said, they're second on the log for a reason. So we're under no illusions as to what to expect this weekend. And it's just we need to get our plan sorted and then execute our plan on the weekend.
And having an extra day sort of prep, has that been a bit of a help to get over the Cardiff loss and give you guys a bit extra in training going into this one? And also looking at the conditions, you know, from what you got last weekend, is it looking similar this weekend? And will that then have helped?
Yeah, I think we're training every day now. We say wherever we go, we bring sunshine. So we had great weather at Cardiff, and then the game was a little bit rainy, and wind. This week's the last 2 days in Glasgow has been sunny. I think it's the only 2 days they had sunshine the whole year so far. But we've had it, and but there is a wind, so we can prep a little bit better here. Whereas in South Africa, we don't get any of the conditions to train in. But it's been good for us. Extra day of training and extra day of travel. With the travel helps. Obviously, it makes the guys a little bit more fresh. But yeah, for us, extra day of prep will do us well for this week, and the guys' bodies will be feeling better. And then we got a job to do on Saturday.
And then JC, the one for you, against Cardiff over the past weekend, where they actually beat you guys on the stats was their meters made, even though they made, I think, around about half the carries that you guys did. And it sort of showed how ineffectual you guys were on attack. Have you guys sort of spoken about that and tried to work out how, when you sort of are getting stopped over and over again, where to go to try and get those meters, to try and get over the advantage line, and to get through the team?
Yeah, I think, to be honest, the extra day of recovery was very nice. It was also a day of detail as well, and had a deeper look into our game, and we were quite strict on each other. We knew, or we know now, where we can better for this weekend. I think they capitalized by putting our breakdown under pressure, especially when they tackled us back and we didn't make any momentum. And I think they initially adapted better to the wind. I think that also played a big role in our back three as well, putting our rucks under pressure. But yeah, I think everyone had a brief look after the games, not to the team, but themselves as well. And I think we'll definitely sharpen up in every aspect of the game.
Thanks. And then, sorry, just one more for you, JC. This weekend you could come up against quite a tough, trio, loose trio. Are you looking forward to that battle? Against guys like Jamie Ritchie, you might be coming up against ex-Lions Oak and or an ex-South African and James Venter. Are you looking forward to that challenge?
Yes, definitely. It always excites me to play against world-class players. But I never think about it closer to the game. I know what's coming, but yeah, that prepares me a lot better.
Happy with that, Ross. I think Walter, jou hand was opgewees ook.
Ja, JC, op 'n positiewe noot, jy's besig om 'n fantastiese seisoen in die URC te beleef. Na die eerste 13 rondes het jy die meeste balle in die kompetisie gesteel van enige speler. Jy het 18 gesteel. So wil jy miskien bietjie meer uitbrei oor jou individuele spel in die viewspan.
Dankie. Nee, ek sal sê dis nooit 'n individual effort nie. Ek meen as jy gaan kyk, meestal van dit is die ouens wat baie goeie hits maak en ek kan net kapitaliseer van dit af. So ja, ek dink dis 'n squad effort. Ek dink ons strive om ons defense bo 90% te kry per game en dit sit my ook in posisies waar ek dit kan doen. So ja.
Is vir ons ook lekker dat 'n goeie seisoen het.
Ja, nee, dis definitief 'n uitstaande seisoen. Hy het definitief die nommer 6 try syne gemaak in hierdie seisoen. Een ander ding wat ek net gou wil vra, ons het net nou gepraat van die 10 balle wat Cardiff in die lug ingeskop het en hulle het basies almal teruggewen. Ek dink ons het 1 bal uit die lug uitgevat in die laaste wedstryd. Dis dit iets wat bietjie aandag gekry het hierdie week?
Ja, verseker, Walter. Nee, ek dink hulle het daarom seker so 'n paar nie teruggekry nie, maar hulle het baie teruggekry. En ek dink vir ons is dit 'n groot fokus en dis net daai omdat ons moet gewoond raak aan die wind en net beter aanpas. Ek dink dis vir ons die groot ding vir ons learning gewees. So ja, ons sal verseker beter wees die naweek wat kom en daar was 'n goeie fokus op dit gesit, ja. Ek dink Sam het gesê ons is nou klaar na hierdie. Walter, is daar nog 'n vraag wat jy wou gevra het?
Nee, ek's reg, dankie. Voorspoed
Okay.
vir Saterdag.
Baie
Dankie.
dankie. Baie dankie.
Can I ask just one more question, please, coach?
Ja, dis reg. Morgan, I think I will allow it.
Thank you. Coach, just on the, I did ask this last week as well, and I'm just going to ask it again. Does the loss against Cardiff change the preparation for the EPCR Challenge Cup game next weekend? And what happens if weekend, say you win or lose? Will that change any plans for the EPCR next weekend?
Sure. Well, to be really honest, Morgan, I think our focus up until now after the game has just been on Glasgow and just been on us solving the problems that you guys also saw us making on Friday evening. So, yeah, for us, not even, obviously we are very aware of Edinburgh next week, Friday, but the focus is mainly now, well, not mainly, I almost want to say wholly now on Glasgow for Saturday night.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you very much, everyone. Sorry for the delays up front. Hope you guys have a wonderful week.